Hey guys, this is Shane, Echo Soundworks here, and in this short video, I'm going to show you how you can install and then use our custom noise samples we just released for Serum for free. So this is one of the coolest freebies that we've put out for sure. Basically what we did was we sampled a bunch of cool sounds from hardware synths like Access Virus, and then we also made patches and presets in software instruments, processed them, mixed them, bounced them as single wave files to be used inside of the noise oscillator in Serum. Now we did something kind of special with this. We actually went through all of the melodic patches that made sense. So probably about, of the 45, probably about 35 of them. And if it's a little bit of a longer patch, maybe 4 seconds long or the sample, what we did was we inserted loop points at zero crossing. So they loop forever, which means when you go up and down the keys in Serum, it's not shortening or lengthening the samples because there are loop points. So you can do some really interesting things with these samples. You can load up the stock presets in Serum's default library, and you can really refresh them and add some cool touches to already made presets to make them more your own. You can also use these sounds as great starting points. And then finally, you can do some crazy things using the FM warp mode in Serum and using the FM from noise when you're starting from a full patch place of like a brass or bass sound coming from the noise sample. And we'll talk about that in this video. So let's dive right in. All right, so let's figure out how to install these. So what you're gonna do is open up Serum version 1.112 or higher, go to menu, go to show Serum presets folder, then navigate to the noise folder and drag and drop the Echo Soundworks Custom Noise Volume 1 folder into your noise folder. Now you'll see 2 subfolders here, and there'll be melodic and percussion and Foley. The melodic ones are things like basses, leads, pads, that sort of stuff. The percussion / Foley, they're more interesting sound sources like maybe pebbles falling or water, that sort of stuff. So it's not just like noises like pink noise and white noise. It's similar, but it's a little bit more unique. So let's open up one of the melodic ones, and we're gonna turn off oscillator A to do this in Serum, activate the noise oscillator, and then navigate to our Echo Soundworks custom noise. Let's load up, let's do bass hellmouth. So let's turn the level up and let's turn on the key tracking. This will allow you to play notes up and down the keyboard. All right, so that sound is coming just from the noise oscillator. There's no effects, there's no filters, it's just that. So you can kind of already see how you can create really cool sounds using these as part of your templates. So let's hold down this note right here, and I'm just gonna talk over it. So holding this down, you'll notice that it plays for as long as I hold it down, and you can see me holding it down on the keyboard down here in Serum. So the way that the noise oscillator works, the way that it's actually going to pitch something up, like if I wanted to play the C above it, it's going to speed up the sample. Now that's a problem when you're trying to play chords or you're trying to play something for 4 bars at maybe like 100 BPM or even slower. But let's do that right now. And you'll notice that just like when I play it down lower, it just keeps going and ringing out for as long as I'm holding. Now, this is not because we made like 30-second samples. They're about maybe 5 to 6 seconds, maybe 8 seconds long. It's because we put loop points at zero crossings, which means that the samples line up perfectly so you don't get pops and clicks and these kind of just non-musical loops. So let's load up a noise sample that doesn't have this so you can see how important this is. So let's load up this piano sound. I'm gonna turn it back up. Okay, now let me play the C above it. Okay, hear that loop? I didn't hit it again. That's because there's no loop point inserted in this, so Serum's just looping when the sample ends. So that becomes really bad when you try playing a chord. Let's play a C minor chord. Okay, I'm just holding down a block chord. I'm not doing that. Serum did that because Serum is looking for the sample start and end points and then looping after the end points. But if it's speeding up the sample to pitch it up an octave or higher than an octave, it's gonna have a different endpoint. Well, with our melodic samples, that won't happen. So let's load up a pad, for instance, right? Let's load this one up. Okay, I'm gonna play a pad that's spaced out about an octave or 2 apart. Okay, just keeps on going, and that's because of those loop points. All right, so I've loaded up a bass patch from the default library in Serum. It's a pretty basic sounding one. Let's make it less basic by adding in one of our samples. So let's do hellmouth, for instance. So I just pitched it up to match the pitch of the bass. Right, let's go to a different one. Let's go to moving Moog, for instance. there it is with the noise sample without. Okay, now let's try adding some FM from noise to the sound. So this is gonna apply frequency modulation from the noise oscillator. So for like huge dirty basses, growls, dubstep, trap type stuff, that is a really cool option. Let's try this out on a lead sound now. Let's load up a default lead. Let's try Kiddos. All right, so let's actually bring in, let's say like a vocal sound for this. Let's try this ah sample. Let's turn it up, turn off oscillator A. So now it's a kind of a vocal chop. Layered in with that sound. You can get some cool stuff with this. All right, and then lastly, let's check out a pad here. Let's do, let's load up Lux. So let's turn down oscillators A and B a little bit, and let's go choose a pad sound. Let's try whale sounds. All right, let's run that through the filter, and then let's play this, see how it sounds. So I just switched out the sample there. Right, really cool and efficient way to kind of bring new life and breathe new life into the default presets, or even as starting points. If I just turn off oscillators A and B here and just keep this sound on with the filter and maybe the effects and the envelopes, this is what we got. All right, guys, that sums up this video. I don't want it going over 10 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, email me, whatever. But definitely download this free pack, guys. It is really cool. It's going to help your sound design in Serum. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.